We have a special guest with us on Gospel Music today. Paul Pitts is the president of the Southern Gospel Promoters Association. They have a major event coming up at the National Quartet Convention, and we want to welcome Paul Pitts to Gospel Music today.
Thank you, Ken. So good to be with you today.
It's good to have you here. We want to talk about two major events that are coming up, but before we do, let's go back a little bit and talk about the Southern Gospel Promoters Association.
Right.
What is it?
Southern Gospel Promoters Association is here to support all the promoters nationwide, whether they're small, medium, or the largest out there and everything, to help give them training, to update them on the latest things that's coming out, whether it be digital communications, marketing, these areas, but also give them a good code of ethics to be able to use. And us as a partnership can keep Southern Gospel music to the surface and really make it continue going.
You do not have to be a major big event promoter to be a member of this.
No, if you do 2 paid events per year and can live by our code of ethics, then we will let you come in and be a member, okay? We look at you closely. We make sure you're the real deal and everything, but we want the smallest of the folks out there, whether you starting off in a small rural town or a metro or whatever it may be, to feel comfortable being a part of this association. And that's where we support. We try to help them get started and everything, and try to ensure that the people do it in a way where they can build over time a good relationship with the community, with the area, with the businesses, in order to keep this thing promoted in their area going forward.
And a lot of training, because the days of hanging up a poster outside your church are pretty well done.
A poster by itself won't do too good, okay? There's a lot of different areas to go into, whether we're talking about paper advertising, social media. I mean, I got a list a mile long of things, but what you have to do, and what I try to do with at least the small and medium ones, is to look at their area, kind of do a write-up on it and look at it and see what needs to be done there. What's the most effective way to get a hold of people where you live, where I live?
Very good. We have 2 big events coming up now at the National Quartet Convention. Let's do Thursday first. What's happening?
Well, annually, ever since the National Quartet Convention has been in Pigeon Forge at the LeConte Center, the Promoter Association has met every Thursday and Friday. We have moved our events this year to the Biblical Times Theater. It's going to be really, really good. On Thursday, we have an artist showcase. And on that showcase, we've got groups such as Molded Clay, Common Bond, Galloway and Company, Barber Family, Divinity Trio, and the Platt Quartet, or the Platt family, excuse me, all coming. And then we have special guest Michael Combs also that day. So it's going to be a great showcase. And for the first time ever in Pigeon Forge, the public is invited. There's no charge. We just want you to see these groups and what the Promoter Association is doing. We'll have that, and then after the showcase, we'll have our private promoters meeting after that.
We know all those people, and they are going to see some awesome singing.
I think you're right. People don't realize the talent we have out there. It's tough on me because I have to just use a certain amount of talent, and that's it. People don't realize how many artists we have out there. 4 years ago, I had a mailing list of artists just in the United States, and that mailing list had over 5,000 emails on it, okay? So, I mean, that sounds crazy, but that's good too. But so when we have these events, there's a lot more that could be on it than it is, but the ones we have are very good.
And a big event on Friday. What's happening?
Friday is our annual breakfast and showcase at the same time. We will have a keynote speaker. Dr. Tim Hill will be in to speak for us. I know most of you have heard of Tim Hill. He's a general overseer for the Church of God worldwide. But what you may not know about Tim is that he is a great songwriter, Southern Gospel songwriter and singer. He wrote some of the #1s, 2 of the #1s for the Spear family back in the day. So you'll find out you will enjoy that particular keynote speaker. We'll also have Promoter of the Year, but then we will have a showcase that's presented to us by several of our agencies, booking agencies, record companies, and this kind of stuff. And we've got a great group of talent that day. We've got Scotty Emmons going to be there, the McCamey Legacy, Sue Dodge, Riley Harrison Clark, the Griffins, the three Heath brothers, that's wild, Southbound, fantastic new group, Justified Quartet, the Pine Ridge Voice, and we're going to complete the day with Three Bridges. This is Three Bridges last year, and on that Friday night, they'll be having their last time on the main stage at the National Quartet Convention, and we want to make sure that they're able to hit our stage and be able to greet the people also before they leave. It'll be a great day for them.
That's a major event in itself. Before we wrap up, tell me a little bit about the Biblical Times Theater, because that's been renovated and now includes another major Southern Gospel venue.
The Biblical Times Theater will be the one place where you can get just about everything Southern Gospel and Gospel when you go to Pigeon Forge in the future. You got the theater, they have nightly shows, and they do biblical shows every night, and there's some good ones there. I mean, they got great actors, great performers, great singers, and they really push Southern Gospel each night. But at the same time, they have in their new stuff that part of it used to be in Gatlinburg. It's the story of Jesus. It's got the literature, it's got the history to it. It's got where you walk through and you're actually sitting into a rotating type thing that carries you and tells you the whole story. And then after you get through that, you walk in to the new Southern Gospel Music Association Hall of Fame. And you do not want to miss that. We have ribbon cutting on that, an opening type ceremony on Monday of the NQC that afternoon at 2 o'clock. So you're invited to that also if you'd like to come over with that. But that's Monday at 2 o'clock. So they're at Biblical Times. They have it all for us going forward. And one thing I didn't mention about the Friday a while ago, we're inviting the public for that for the first time, and the showcase, the keynote speaker, and everything, still just free admission. But we are having breakfast that morning for those who want to attend that. And we do have to pay for that breakfast, so there will be a $15 ticket if you want the breakfast part of it. And you can pick those tickets up at the Biblical Times Theater, at their ticket desk, or at the National Quartet Convention at the Southern Gospel Promoter Association table there.
Okay. Website to find out more information?
You can go to sgpromoters.com, They'll have it there. Or you can go to Facebook and look at Southern Gospel Promoters Association, and you can really find out a lot there. You will want to follow us there because we kind of keep active. If you're in the Southern Gospel Promoters Association and promoting an event, we try to make sure it's on that site on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. It's a great organization, and those are going to be just incredible programs. Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday morning.
National Quartet Convention.
29th and 30th. And by the way, it started at 8:30 both mornings. So you need to be there by 8 to get in and everything because it starts at 8:30. Yeah. We got such a full thing there we've got to really get through because we want to make sure everybody can make it over to the matinees at the National Quartet Convention all week also.
Mm-hmm. All right. Paul, thank you very much for being with us on Gospel Music today.
Thank you, Ken. So good to be with you today.